Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed at 2 a.m. You see a "Get Ready With Me" video of a 22-year-old founder who just closed a 7-figure seed round. They're glowing. Their apartment is a minimalist dream. They talk about their 5 a.m. workout, their green juice, and their effortless productivity. You look at your own desk, covered in empty coffee cups, unpaid bills, and the crushing weight of a mounting to-do list. You feel like you're failing at a game everyone else has already mastered. But here's the secret they aren't telling you. You're looking at a duck. Specifically, you're looking at what psychologists call duck syndrome. On the surface, they are gliding across the water, elegant and serene. But beneath the surface, their feet are paddling frantically, kicking with a desperate, exhausted energy just to keep their heads above water. If you've ever felt like you're faking it just to survive, or if you're terrified that people will see how hard you're actually struggling, you are not alone. In fact, you're part of a silent epidemic that is burning out an entire generation. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, we're going to stop the paddling. We're going to look at the science of why we do this to ourselves and how you can finally break the surface. The term duck syndrome didn't come from a self-help block. It originated at Stanford University, one of the most competitive environments on the planet. Faculty noticed that students were presenting this image of effortless perfection. To be cool at Stanford, you couldn't just be a genius. You had to be a genius who never studied. You had to be the person who partied all night, but still aced the organic chemistry final. But the reality was grim. Behind those dorm room doors, students were experiencing record-breaking levels of depression, anxiety, and self-harm. They called it duck syndrome because everyone was terrified of being the only one who looked like they were trying. Because in our culture, especially in the US, we've been sold a lie that natural genius is the only thing that counts. We're taught that working hard is cringe and that if you have to sweat for it, you're somehow less than. This isn't just a Stanford problem anymore. It has spread to every corner of our lives. It's at UPenn, where they call it pen face. It's in Silicon Valley. It's the hustle culture of New York City. It's the vibe check that says you have to be winning or you're invisible.
Why are we so obsessed with acting okay when we're clearly not? It's because we are living in a digital hall of mirrors. Think about the last time you posted something. Did you post the photo where you looked tired? Or the one where the lighting was just right and you used a filter to hide the dark circles under your eyes? We are constantly curating our lives. We're building a highlight reel while living in the behind-the-scenes mess. The problem is, we compare our messy, unfiltered reality to everyone else's polished, edited highlights. Our brains aren't wired for this. Evolutionarily, we are social animals who need to belong to the tribe to survive. Being less than or failing used to mean being kicked out of the tribe. Today, that tribal rejection happens via the algorithm. If you aren't aesthetic enough, you're irrelevant. If you aren't productive enough, you're a failure. This creates a toxic feedback loop. We see perfection, we feel inadequate, so we perform perfection to hide our inadequacy, and the cycle repeats until someone breaks. Let's talk about the biology of this for a second. When you're constantly paddling to maintain an image, your body is in a state of chronic high-functioning anxiety. Your adrenal glands are pumping out cortisol, the stress hormone, 24/7. Usually, cortisol is for fight or flight, running away from a tiger, but you're using it to survive a Zoom call or an Instagram post. At the same time, you're chasing dopamine hits from likes and comments. This is a lethal combination. It's like floor matting the gas pedal while the emergency brake is on. Your brain is literally burning itself out from the inside. This leads to what psychologists call fragile perfectionism. You're successful, sure, but your self-esteem is built on a house of cards. One fail grade, one bad performance review, or one post that gets 0 engagement, and the whole thing collapses. You start to view your effort as a sign of weakness. You think, if I were actually good at this, it wouldn't be this hard.
To make this real, let's talk about Sarah. Sarah is a 28-year-old remote worker living in a tiny apartment in Brooklyn. If you look at her Slack status, she's always active. Her Instagram is a curated collection of artisanal sourdough, weekend hikes, and grind set quotes. Her friends think she's killing it, but Sarah is drowning. She hasn't slept more than 5 hours a night in 3 months. She's using melatonin to sleep and 3 shots of espresso to wake up. She's terrified that if she stops for 1 second, if she doesn't respond to that email at 9 p.m., her boss will realize she's faking it. She is the ultimate duck. She's terrified that she's a fraud. This is the imposter syndrome on steroids. Sarah represents millions of us. We are so busy living our best lives for the camera that we've forgotten how to actually live. We are suffering from productivity guilt, that gnawing feeling that if we aren't doing something useful, we are wasting our lives. So, how do we stop? How do we stop the frantic paddling before we sink? It starts with something terrifying: strategic vulnerability. We need to stop pretending that everything is effortless. There's a power in saying, this is actually really hard for me right now. We need to find our real people, a small group where we can take the mask off. Not a public vulnerability post for likes, but a real conversation where you admit you're tired. We need to embrace the 80% rule. In a world that demands 110%, 80% is actually sustainable. It's the difference between finishing the race and collapsing at the starting line.
Next, we have to reclaim our time. There's a Dutch concept called niksen. It literally means doing nothing. Not scrolling, not listening to a podcast, not relaxing by watching a documentary, just sitting, looking out a window, letting your brain idle. In the US, we see doing nothing as a sin, but for your brain, it's a necessity. It's how you clear the cortisol out of your system. You need a digital Sabbath, 1 day or even just 4 hours, where the phone is off and the performance ends. You need to remember who you are when nobody is watching. The truth is, the American dream in 2024 has become a nightmare of performance productivity. We've been told we can have it all, do it all, and look perfect while doing it. But that is a lie. Nobody is gliding. Everyone is paddling. And the moment we all start admitting it, the water gets a lot calmer. You don't have to be a swan. You don't even have to be a perfect duck. You're allowed to be a human being who gets tired, who makes mistakes, and who needs to rest. I want to try something right now. If you've been paddling too hard lately, if you're feeling that burnout creeping in, I want you to drop a comment below and just say, I'm tired. No explanation needed. No, but I'm still grinding. Just, I'm tired. Let's look at the comments and realize how many of us are in the same boat or the same pond. We've been conditioned to think that admitting exhaustion is a defeat, but it's actually the first step toward recovery. When you admit you're tired, you stop the performance. You break the cycle of duck syndrome. Before you click away to the next productive video, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes for 30 seconds. Don't think about your to-do list. Don't think about your aesthetic. Just breathe. That feeling of your heart beating, that's the only reality that matters. Everything else, the likes, the career ladder, the effortless image, it's just ripples on the surface. You are more than your output. You are more than your look. If this resonated with you, share it with one friend who you know is paddling a little too hard right now. Let them know it's okay to stop. And if you want more deep dives into the psychology of how to actually live in this chaotic modern world, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here where we value the behind the scenes more than the highlight reel. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You just need to be you. Stop paddling for a second. The water is fine. I'll see you in the next one. Stay real, stay human, and most importantly, give yourself permission to just be. Take care of yourself, because nobody else can do it for you. This is the end of the perfect lie. It's time to start living the messy, beautiful, exhausting, and wonderful truth. Catch you later.